Gah! Oh, you know what that means. It's leg day. And this is my third leg day of the week. If you're following DLB Daily, switch up the workouts to what I've actually been training, which for me, legs have always been something that's hard to grow. So when you want something to grow, what do? You train it more. So this is the third leg day. This is gonna be a combination of quads, hams, and glutes. Little quads, little hams, little glutes. It's kind of like the finale of the week. My other two workouts are a quad focus day, quads and calves, and then a hamstring and glute focus day. And this is like a little combination of both of them. So if you're ready for it, this is a full leg day. Brought to you by me. I'm awake when you're sleeping. I stay hungry while you're eating. I don't have an off season. Turn excuses into reasons. All right, we are starting off with a reverse hack squat. And I'm actually gonna perform it a little bit. Let's warm up, Dana. Don't be crazy. I'm gonna perform it a little bit differently than I normally do with a reverse hack squat. Reverse hack squat I usually put on ham and glute day. And the big thing here is on ham and glute day, it's all about getting our butt back and then sitting back and really driving backwards. I'm still gonna perform it reverse because it just feels better on my knees. But now we're not gonna emphasize that hip back. It's gonna be more like a regular squat. You'll still have a little bit more of an angle. It will target your hams and glutes a little bit more. Why am I so out of breath? I haven't even started yet. It's gonna target your hams and glutes a little bit more. I'm just not gonna overemphasize driving that butt back. I'm gonna try to go a little more up and down. Oh my God, there you are. All right, moving on to leg press. We're doing sumo stance. I'm gonna keep my feet kind of more in the middle versus being up high. This was, the different form here was a ton of quads. So we're doing more of a sumo stance, which when your legs are out wider, you're externally rotating your hips out, abducting. There's gonna be less knee bend to come down to. That bend is going to come a lot from your hip. So anytime you're using hip, a little more emphasis on the hip crease is more hamstrings and glutes. So this is a slightly, obviously you're working quads, hamstrings, glutes. It's just a more emphasis on hamstring and glute versus if you're narrow, that crease, you're going to have a lot more knee flexion. When you have more knee flexion, that's quads. When you have more hip flexion, less knee flexion, that's hams and glutes. I'm not gonna go crazy high up because I still do wanna work quads a little bit. So I'm gonna put my feet in the middle, still sumo stance, but hitting quads, hams and glutes, but major emphasis on hamstrings and glutes. Next up, we're doing straight leg deadlifts. Now you're probably wondering, like, what's the difference between Romanian deadlifts and stiff leg deadlifts? Straight leg, stiff leg, whatever you want to call it. Biggest thing is obviously they're both going to work hamstrings and glutes. Stiff leg, SLDL, is going to work hamstrings a little bit more. RDL is more about decreasing that hip again. So with an RDL, you'll have a slight bend, and then you want to drive those hips far as back as you can. So you're decreasing that angle to get your butt back. And in doing that, you have a little bit more knee bend. Stiff leg deadlifts, you're going to have a slight knee bend. You are still going to bring your butt back, but that's not going to be the main focus. You'll bring your butt back, but it's about lowering down. You'll probably be able to go a lot further. RDLs, another great tip is RDLs, the weights like really basically right next to your leg. Stiff leg deadlifts, I'm not focused on going back as much as I am going down and getting more of a stretch through my hamstring. So you'll come slightly back, but it's more about coming down. And usually if I'm holding dumbbells or a barbell, I kind of have the weight right about where my toes are. RDLs, the weight's kind of back by my ankle. Big key here. So we are doing this hamstring. We got some glute stuff at the end. And again, we're doing an all-encompassing day. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Usually I'm gonna do 3 sets, so it's 4 sets. 15, 12, 10, 10. All right, moving on to Bulgarians. Now, Bulgarian squat. The great thing with this is you can do this so many different ways, even just like, which hand do you place it in? Do you do one hand opposite? Do you do same side? Do you do 2? It's all going to kind of target differently. Also versus like, do you want to hit more quad? Then we want to be more upright. If you want to hit hamstring, we need to close the gap, hinge forward, and now we're a little more glute and hams focused. So your choice on this. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 2 sets upright and then 2 sets hinged forward. So then I get the best of both worlds. Now, as far as like, which hand do I place it in? I've always liked holding 1 dumbbell versus 2. 2's gonna keep you a little more stable. Anytime you're holding a single dumbbell, you're gonna add in a little bit of core, because if this is going to be pulling me this way, what do I have to do? I got to straighten up using my core, and it's also going to put a little emphasis on the outside of that glute. If we hold this way, same thing, weight pulls you this way, so you've got to counter react with your core. And then if you want to be a little more even, or balance is not your strong suit, just hold 2 dumbbells so that way it keeps it even. So you can do what I'm doing. If you want to do 2 sets more upright to hit quads, and then 2 sets hinged to hit hams and glutes, go for it. If you want to work on just quads, stay more upright. If you want to work on hams and glutes more, hinge forward. Your choice, because we got 4 sets of this. Now that my legs are toast, we're going to do a little glute isolation with some cable kickbacks, and then also some medius kickback. Get some wrist cuffs of some sort, just strap it on your ankle. I like to hinge forward, and then I like to line this knee up with here. So I'm a little bit to the side. As I come up, I'm just kicking back and up. Now the big thing here is a lot of times people kick way higher than you should, or than you have to. Not that it's wrong, but as soon as I kick higher, what does that do? Hyperextends my back, and then I just feel it in my low back, and I don't want to feel it in my lower back. I want to feel it in my butt. So you don't need to kick as high as you think you should, that you need to. So you're just coming up, and as soon as you feel tension on that butt, squeeze without going higher than you have to and hyperextending that back. Then we're doing 8 to 10 of those, nice and easy, super slow, super concentrated, really focus on holding that at the end, holding that contraction. Then we're gonna cross this foot over, keeping that foot still attached. You're gonna cross over. Now I'm a little bit more to this side, slightly lean forward. Now we're kicking back at an angle, and that's gonna hit that outer glute, medius, minus, whatever, right here, the little shelf part. It's what every girl wants, is the little shelf. We're gonna be hitting, I mean, you can kind of see it in the light here. We're hitting there. So this is glute max, hitting that big meaty part. And then when we cross over and go to the side, we're hitting that upper glute. Guys, thank you for watching. My legs are toast. If you are interested, DLB Daily is just starting a new program of workouts. So girls, if you like training legs, we got 3 leg days a week, but we also don't forget about our upper body. Don't worry about that. But leg day, new program coming out. We've already started. You can just hop on in and join in with us. If you are interested, that link is below, dlbdailyapp.com. I also do a 7-day free trial, so you can come in, test it out absolutely for free, see what you think, and if you like it, you think it's valuable, which I do think it's valuable, especially for the price of $7, which is crazy. If you think it's valuable and can be an asset to your life so you don't have to think, you can just walk into the gym, here is your plan. Oh, I don't know that exercise, there's a video, I see the exercise. Come on in, dlbdailyapp.com. Thank you guys for watching, we'll see you next time.